I'm back with my co-host, Dr. Eric Goldman, the author of the book, The American Jewish Story Through Cinema. Welcome back, Eric.
Great to be here.
Good to have you here. Now, you had mentioned earlier that this novel by Arthur Miller is the only novel he ever wrote. Were there a lot of changes from the novel to the screenplay that we just saw?
I think the most important changes in the novel, at the very conclusion, Lawrence Newman goes into the precinct, goes into the police station, and is ready to make his complaint, and he's all alone. And what Slavin decides to do here,
Slavin being the director.
Slavin being the director, along with his writers, and along probably with Robert Miller and even Arthur Miller, he decides to have Lawrence Newman not by himself. And at the very end, as we saw, he is joined by the Laura Dern character, by his wife. So he's making the complaint, he's saying that these kinds of things are going on, but he's not alone in the movie. Whereby in the book, Miller made a point of saying, you know, this is the lone character. Nobody's paying attention to him. The policeman says to him, do you know their names? Well, I don't, but I may be able to identify them. And it becomes clear in the film, made so much later, and with so much that has gone on since,
right,
that it's not just the one person, it's not just the two people who are complaining, but it's all of America saying, hey, we will not tolerate this. And Arthur Miller lived long enough to see the film,
right,
which is very nice.
He got to see something a lot of us didn't get to see at the time. But anyway, we're really glad you resurrected this movie for us.
Well, you know, it's deserving of our attention.
Yeah.
It's just, look, as we both know, unfortunately, sometimes events happen that, you know, cloud the release of a particular film.
It's all about timing. Yeah, exactly.
And we saw it here.
Yeah. Well, moving on, Eric and I are finished for tonight, but he's going to be back again next Tuesday for our final night of films about the Jewish experience. In the meantime, do stick with us, though, because up next we have another movie involving prejudice, the Oscar-winning 1937 biopic about Emil Zola. It's a movie that stars Paul Muni.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Paul Muni argues his case in the life of Emil Zola. Then spend the day with Carol Baker first with Easy to Love. And underage sexpot Baker stirs uncensored blood in Baby Doll.